Today, I've got quite a sensitive topic, excuse me, that I would like to talk about. Hello, everyone. My name is Granny May. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Today, I've got a sensitive topic that I would like to talk about. Um, Yesterday, I went to town and I was in the taxi. Well, here in South Africa, the combis, we call them taxis. I was in the taxi with another woman, and this woman told me her story. We were the first ones into the taxi. So we were just sitting, and then she started telling me her story. Guys, I felt so pain. I don't know what. I felt it was so painful, the things that she was telling me. This is a story about the people that are in the rural areas, people that build in the rural areas. You are a young lady or elderly woman or whatever. You get married, and your husband comes from the rural areas. So your husband comes from the rural areas. You meet in town, he lobolas you, you end up going to his rural home. You get to his rural home, all right, everything is nice. And then it comes a time now you guys want to start a family. You start your family, your children, you're still working in town. Start your family and children or working wherever you are, but not at home. And then you decide now that, oh, okay, now is the time for us to start building. So since it's the time for you guys to start building, you start saying that, okay, what do we do? And then the parents say, no, 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 no. You need to come and build back home, all right, in the rural areas. So you decide, okay, now we're going to start building. You start your project of building at your in-laws. This is the lady, I'm talking about the lady. This is the story that she gave me. You start building your home at the homestead of your in-laws. You build your homestead. Build your 5-room house. You buy furniture. Your parents are living on the homestead, but they've got a small house. You know the homesteads. Maybe they've got one little room where they're living there, and they've got little grass kitchen house there. That's the kitchen. They've built one room, and that's where they've been living. That's where the husband grows up. Then now you come on the same homestead. You go and you build your 5-room house. And then the mother-in-law says, since you guys are not there, that 5-room house, we're going to live in it for the time being. You've sweated and you sweat and you sweat building that 5-room. Your mother and your father-in-law, they move into that 5-room. They're living in there now. When you go December time, they've got their room, you've got your room. Your bedrooms. They've got their bedroom, you've got your bedroom. Well, it's fine. Life goes on. But unfortunately, things happen. Your husband passes away. Your husband passes away. You are still young. You come home, you bury your husband. You've got 2 children. After burying your husband, it's obvious you're going to stay maybe a month or 2. They say ubuzila. You stay a month or 2 at the homestead. And then eventually the parents start asking you, now, when are you going? Just imagine, when are you going? And then she says, what do you mean if you're saying, when am I going? She says, you're still young. You must go and start your life somewhere else. Imagine you've struggled, built and built and built that house. Now the treatment, your husband is no longer there. The treatment you're getting is so bad. They don't want you there. They're going to try by all means to kick you out. Eventually she moved out, being kicked out by her in-laws. They say, you are still young. You can go start your life somewhere else. Imagine she was eating porridge, saving money to build that house. And then today she's been told, get out. The furniture, everything, our child was working. What are you going to do? It's obvious if you have to go, you have to go. You can't tear down that house. You're just going to go and leave. So I'm asking the ladies now today to say, is it fair? Are you going to build at your in-laws' house? I think the best thing to do, if you want to build in the area where your in-laws are, you must have your own place, your own stand, where you can build to say that even if anything happens to either your husband or the wife, you have your house that's separate from your parents. Even it can happen that now, not the case where you are going to get chased, but a case where the both parents can pass away. You build that house for your children. In whose homestead? Your children are going to be chased. They're going to have to look for a new home. You are building, saying, I'm building a home for my children. But then, if you are no longer there, is that home still going to be a home for your children? Guys, you need to think. You need to think. Because the thing is that your parents make a home for you. Your parents make a home for you. And then you need to make a home for your children. So where are you going to build that house? Build that house in a place where it's going to be your children's home. Don't build that house where the children, there's going to be a question mark. Whose land is this? Your children will end up being homeless because you didn't think. And guys, one thing you must understand, people are not the same when you are gone. People will like you and love you and pretend to like you, especially if you've got money. People will pretend to like you. But the day you kick the bucket, your children, what's going to happen with the children? Your parents built you a house. Don't let your children now come and want to stay by the granny's house or the grandparents' house. Because that is, the grandparents built that house for their children, which is your siblings. So each and every one of you, don't let your children grow up there at home thinking that now the granny's house is their house or the grandparents' house is their house, because that house belongs to the children. You must build your own house for your children. You know, this lady was telling me, guys, it was so sad. It was so sad. She says, now I've got to start afresh. Start building a house for my children. I don't even know where to start. Another thing is that now these children, even if she gets married again and she starts all over again, she will have to, those two children, she will have to make them have their own home, a place where they call home. Because remember, the grandparents' house is not their home. Whether it's by the mother's side or the father's side, that is not their home. You need to build a house or a home for your children. Your parents built your house, a house for you. Guys, this is a real serious issue. Okay, yes, we say they're going to inherit. Are they going to inherit from their grandparents? No, they're not going to inherit from their grandparents. Their grandparents got their own children. This was a sad, sad story for me, guys. This lady was in tears as she spoke to me. You know, I didn't even know how to comfort her. And I just said to her, you know what? Life goes on. Start afresh. Do something for these two kids. And she had stopped working. She stopped working when the husband was sick. She had to stop working and to look after him. Now she's got nowhere to start. She's got to start looking for a job. I said to her, you know what, baby girl? You can do it again. Start afresh. Start afresh. Try to build. Do whatever you can to build for your children. Because children really need stability, you know. Shame, I really felt sorry for this girl. She was in tears. So I'm asking all the ladies out there, do you think you will continue building at your parents, at the in-laws' homestead after hearing the story? People can be nice to you I'm telling you, people can people can be nice to you. But one day is one day when you will see their true colors. When their son is no longer there, the one you are here for, they're going to tell you straight, you are still young, go. Or even if they don't tell you, you are still young, you need now to carry on with your life. When you carry on with your life, what you going to do? You want to move on. You've built on their homestead. You can't do your things, even if you're going to have maybe somebody who you go and visit now and again. They're still going to want to rule you. Say, where have you been? Who's visiting you? Guys, think before you build. And I would advise, make a will. Make a will. Even if it's not, I'm not talking about the homestead issue. Any other issue. You've got a home, or you've got property, or you've got whatever you've got, your assets. Make a will and make sure your children got that will. Get it signed. There mustn't be issues. People are not the same out there. People love you when you're alive. When you're gone, it's another story. So guys, make sure that the day you die, your children have a home. And make sure your children have, well, how can I put it? You make sure you leave the will with someone, or with a bank, or with somebody reliable. Because you're going to give that will to the uncle. And the uncle is going to say there was no will. Because the uncle now wants that house. So make sure you know that for sure. That will be read. Your children will get what's due to them. Yeah. This is a painful story, guys. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Guys, please subscribe. I only have 28 subscribers. Please subscribe and help me to grow. Thanks for watching. Please share, comment, subscribe. Meet you in the next one. God bless. Stay safe.